Keenan cleared it, but not out. Bobby Orr behind the net to Sanderson. Orr! Bobby Orr!
16th of the year. Harris, number 4, spun around by Frank Mahamud. Here's Sullivan closing in. John Sullivan dumps it off the boards in the corner. Romero going after it. He scores!
Hit Hunter, keep it alone. A shot and a goal!
Solani goes after it. Timo Solani breaks it. He scores!
Now, a 24th Stanley Cup banner will hang from the rafters of the famous Forum in Montreal. The Canadians win the Stanley Cup.
And after 22 years,
Money stick right here. Score! Penguins win! Ovechkin score! The Grade 8 Express pulls into third place all time.
The dynasty will be denied, and a new legacy begins. They've reached the summit, and the Avalanche are 2022 Stanley Cup champions.
Hello, everybody. I'm Grant Fluff from Flusher Sports Zone. Welcome back to Season 6, Episode 3 of the Powerskateshow. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode on Wednesday. Austin was an awesome guest. Thank you. Shout out to him for coming on the show and keeping Alex company while I was busy at sports broadcasting camp this past week. And, of course, brand new intro. Shout out to the man we will introduce who spent a lot of hard work and effort making said intro.
Probably the best I ever made.
That was very good. Very good.
I would say like you could debate this season's intro or season 4. You could literally debate it. Yeah, I'll explain how I decided to do it. But anyway, how's it going, guys? Season 6, episode 3 of the Powerskateshow. Definitely, we got some crazy news, some crazy trades we're gonna talk about, some nostalgia of the week, some unexpected retirement news, retired numbers. Sit back and relax.
I tell you one thing, for early July, there's still news getting pumped out shockingly. Although we still do not have word on whether Nazem Kadri will sign with the Islanders or not. So I guess that's the big story moving forward.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys may wonder of the intro. Am I gonna do an extended version because you think that I've been leaving out the Gretzky breaking Gordie Howe or Patrick Marleau breaking Gordie Howe's record or McDavid's goal against the Rangers, also Matthews 4 goal. I am working on the extended version of it.
Or Craig Smith the wraparound.
Oh, no.
No, I'm kidding. I'm playing.
Not even close.
Itself from the true legendary moments in NHL history.
Well, I'll tell you this: it was a good season 5, like a season 5 intro. No, season 4 and season 5, but that took a lot of respect from me. But we're doing a new version of it. So you guys may be wondering what song that came from MLB The Show 17. Probably one of the best intros. From example from MLB The Show 17, you got the Lou Gehrig's ALS speech, the Cal Ripken breaks the game streak, and most importantly, the Cubs winning the World Series. The Cubs from you saved that for last. So yeah, I'm going to make an extended version as well. So with that, Grant, how we doing, my friend?
Well, I'm doing well. Just had a good old-fashioned Subway for dinner, so I can't complain.
Nice.
I'm doing good. Busy week at sports broadcasting camp. Was able to call not one but 2 baseball games.
And one thing that you missed out.
It was a lot of fun, though. Shout out to Dean College, the college I'm actually going to, for doing the summer program over there. They do a wonderful job.
Oh, and one game that you did not go the game before.
So I cover the Worcester Red Sox game on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Of course, on Thursday they throw the franchise's first ever no-hitter. So funny. Even my broadcasting professor was like, "Guys, I'm sorry I missed it by a day." It was pretty funny, though. But
yeah, well,
it was a good time. I got to also meet the play-by-play voice for the Providence Bruins on Friday, Austin Rook. Shout out to him. So, yeah.
Hopefully he watches Powerskate for us. Okay.
No, I should have told him about the podcast. I don't know. I follow him on Instagram. Maybe we'll have him on as a guest sometime.
Yes. Okay, as I was saying, you guys are required to follow Powerskateshow official. You guys want to know why did we add the official? Go back to the Stanley Cup final, please and thank you.
Go back to the Stanley Cup finals, but guess what? That doesn't matter anymore. Because, well, we're no longer.
It looks perfect.
So, it looks good.
One thing that you're required to follow is Fuzzy Sports Zone.
Almost to 900 followers.
Very
back up.
A rapid speed, like Shane Wright dropping down the floor.
Except this is a positive thing, right? Maybe?
Yeah.
Who knows?
But one thing that you're forgetting is the baseball podcast.
That's right. Our buddies Drew and Lennon over there down in Florida doing the podcast. Did episode 2 come out yet?
I'm almost done.
Almost done.
So I'm working. I'm doing the audio and like I'm trying to put like the logo on every step. So it's
nice.
It'll get some time. But one thing that I forgot to post is a minor league baseball Field of Dreams jerseys.
Oh yeah, that's next week. Reds and Cubs.
It's on about 2 days that I'm going to the minor league one. So
nice.
So yeah, let's get down to business. Let's drop all the way. I did the same topics as with Austin, so we'll do the same just for you. So
okay. All the way down to Andre Shakira. That's a while.
First nostalgia of the night, Mr. Andre Shakira.
Yeah, good defenseman. Pretty good with the Hurricanes and the Oilers, I guess. I don't know. He was an all right defenseman. He was just your average guy. I mean, hey, you play until you're 36 years old. That's not a bad career.
Yeah. All right, try and make sure. Where should I get the crickets? I don't know.
What? You giving Andre Shakira the crickets?
No. I'm on a different slide. I'm on a different slide, trying to think like, okay, where should I send the crickets?
Hopefully we don't do the crickets for a little bit, but
okay.
Yeah, I don't really know much here about Kaepernin, but I will say Sam Montembeault gets a well-earned
resign. We gave him a hashtag free or push for Montembeault.
It literally is push for Montembeault. I mean, right now he's the backup goalie probably for Montreal next year if Carey Price stays healthy. So, yeah, if I was Montembeault and Price comes back next year, which I don't know if he will or not, because I know the whole Carey Price thing is interesting. You know, is he going to retire? Is he going to miss the majority of next season? We don't really know yet, but it would be cool to see Montembeault get more opportunities. Again, this was one of the best goaltenders back a couple years ago when he was a prospect on the Panthers. And I still feel this guy can be really good with a solid team around him. Now, granted, Montreal ain't a solid team, but, we'll see how he does. So I think Montembeault definitely deserved a re-sign there. For sure. Yeah, Montembeault this season, 8 wins and a shutout. All right.
Mm-hmm. So I'm basically gonna let Grant speak because of the topics that I've already talked about last episode. You guys
so make sure you go check out Wednesday's episode, like I mentioned. And we had Austin. Did Austin tell us how sad he was when Tampa Bay lost?
I've talked about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Former Blackhawks color commentator Eddie O will join with the Seattle Kraken broadcasting team.
That's nice. Him and John Forsland. I mean, they're getting veterans in the booth, so I can't really complain about that. I don't think Eddie Olczyk's terrible. I mean, a lot of people don't like him, but I don't think he's that bad. He was a decent commentator with NBC, so.
Mm-hmm. All right, Grant, your favorite player is next.
Oh, boy. Laurie? Torpedo? McAvoy? This guy. Vanachok.
He has yet to earn his name, but he will earn his name. He will earn his name.
Listen, I was actually with a Devils fan during last week. I was actually bunking with a Devils fan. And, yeah, when I was describing him about the Powerskateshow, I had to explain to him how much I don't like Vitek Vanacek and going to the whole Vanachok thing. It was pretty funny, and he thought it was pretty funny also. 3 years at $3.4 million AAV. I think that is a little bit expensive, especially because I think when Mackenzie Blackwood is healthy, I honestly think he's better. But you know what? New Jersey needed a backup goaltender. They knew Giles wasn't the answer. We saw that last year, so they figured, you want to know what? We're going to have to throw money. If Matt Murray's gone and Jack Campbell's gone, we're going to have to get Vanacek. And so they did. And obviously you're going to have to overpay him a little bit to avoid arbitration, but I think that's fine. So whatever. Congrats on VTech for getting his new contract, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
I ain't going to hate him today.
Yeah. Capitals signed defenseman Gabe Carlson to a 1-year, 2-way deal. First off, welcome to Washington, but you're going to spend in Hershey for a while.
Yeah, you're going to be spending a lot of time in Hershey.
Kasperi Kapanen.
This is a neat one, I guess. I mean, Kapanen was another player who it didn't really look like. I don't really know how Pittsburgh managed to have the cap to re-sign him. They did somehow. And guess what? He's not a terrible third liner, second liner. He needs to be 32 points in 79 games. Yeah, he's just your average, probably second pairing guy. I heard Jason Zucker's healthy, so perhaps Pittsburgh has their second line back with Zucker, Malkin, and Kapanen. That'll be interesting.
Okay. Let's see. And we're breaking. Oh.
Wow.
No breast bonanza for neither writer.
No breast bonanza. This should be a car crash. I'm pulling it up. Car crash for Carolina. Because you let Nino walk for nothing. You really don't have $8 million to give a guy who has been a consistent second liner for you. Explain. Oh, man. Yeah, Niederreiter, 44 points last year. Kind of surprised he even went for $8 million. I thought he was going to go for way more. I just think he was sick and tired of waiting. He was one of those guys that I thought was for sure going to be off the board the first 2 days of free agency. He waited about a week, and then I guess Nashville said, take our offer. And he said, you know what? Sure. Carolina, I felt like needed to re-sign him because, again, he was a key contributor to their second line, and now he's probably going to be a key contributor on Nashville's second line. If you're only paying $4 million a season for, 35 to 45 points, including playoffs, that's good. That's a bargain. And I don't know why Niederreiter would kind of sell himself a little short here, but I think this is a fantastic offer if you're Nashville.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Okay. David Quinn's back.
Why?
Crickets?
Why? Here's the crickets. I think this is when we play the crickets.
I got it.
I mean, the other coach sucked. But you didn't improve. You didn't improve in this. Now you hired a guy who doesn't know how to manage a bottom six or controls a power play. You have a pretty mediocre coach here. I'm not gonna lie. You were gonna finish the third to worst last team in the West next year, and you're still gonna finish there. Nothing's gonna change, San Jose. I'm sorry. I wish you got a much better hire. Maybe if you fired your head coach earlier on in the offseason, you could have gotten a Paul Maurice, or maybe if you were lucky, a Bruce Cassidy or Jim Montgomery, but you waited, and this is what you get, which personally I would have kept your current coach, and I would have fired him after next season or promoted the assistant coach. All I know is Dan Quinn is not good. And once he left the Rangers, what do you know? They were in the Eastern Conference Finals. It shows. And especially since the Sharks are nowhere near the same position as the Rangers. Yeah. Jesper Bornquist. I like this deal a lot, actually. Kind of surprised he went for a two-way deal, but I don't necessarily despise it. I think it's a pretty good sign for both sides. Bornquist last year.
Yeah, I think Boquist had like a respectable season.
Yeah. 23 points in 56 games isn't terrible. I think that's at least better than, a two-way deal. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty good deal for New Jersey. I think he's waiting one more offseason to re-sign long-term with the Devils or test free agency. He's definitely got to be waiting one more year because at 23, I would definitely want to get my payday sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and basically for Boquist, he's 23 years old and he got into like a breakout year with like you said 23 points in 56 games. So I think that they gave him like a two-way deal for a reason because like New Jersey, like I've heard that I would say like on my version that like New Jersey like they gave him like a two-way deal, I believe, if they want to like trade him on the deadline or if they don't have the money to like, because if he's in his arbitration now like next year head to his arbitration, then like if he wants like $2 million, if they don't have the $2 million,
right,
then they would like trade him. So I think that they gave him the 1 year two-way as like a like you're a good player, you've been breaking out. If you continue the pace, then we'll see how everything goes.
Could you imagine if he gets like 35, 40 points next year out of nowhere? That would be insane. Yeah, but sure, Devils got to avoid arbitration next year. You bring up a good point.
Patty Laine.
Hey, man, Laine is a good re-signing. I like this re-signing a lot, actually. Laine really broke out once he joined Columbus. Everyone was thinking, oh, he's getting stale on Winnipeg, He's not doing fantastic. And you're right, he wasn't, especially in, I guess, 2021, even with the Blue Jackets, he wasn't doing fantastic. He only had 21 total points, or rather 24 total points, 21 with Columbus. But you know what? He averages a point per game this season, 56 and 56. And what we got to remember is Laine is still 24. This guy is still extremely young, and he already has close to 5, if not 6 years of NHL experience under his belt.
Yeah.
It makes sense why you re-sign a guy like Laine long term. And I'm not really going to argue about the money either because – you sign someone like Johnny Gaudreau, you got to make him happy, and you don't want to be switching up the lines. I think if you go Gaudreau, Boone Jenner, Patrick Laine, I think that's a pretty solid first line. So
yeah,
I think that's what Columbus is going to roll with, and I think it'll pay dividends in the end. So good signing overall.
Yeah, I agree for Patty Line. Jets re-signed Mr. Pierre-Luc Dubois, and I'll tell you this. This is well, I said I'm gonna say the same thing if you guys seen last night's episode. But so Pierre-Luc Dubois, he had like a extension interview about his press conference. We saw the rumors that he went to the draft because he thought that he was expecting a trade. He said this. I don't know word for word, but I'm just gonna say quite similar to what he would say. He has been to drafts many times in his life when he was a kid and when he was in the NHL.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hold on. That's one reason. Number two, it's in Montreal. He's from Montreal.
Okay.
And number three, he did not ask for a trade.
Well, there we go. Player not openly requesting a trade. I'm about to say, if he was requesting a trade, unless if it was literally a sign-in trade, he wouldn't be re-signing. I still think Dubois is a moving piece for Winnipeg, especially if they take the rebuilding route. But if he stays the whole year, $6 million for a year for a guy who's going to average probably 30 points next season, maybe 40 if he stays healthy. That's not bad.
Yes.
I say thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Stars signed Will Butcher to a 1-year league minimum deal.
Not just necessarily a next subject because I think he has a lot of potential, but 8 points in 37 games. I don't really know what you're going to get out of him. It makes sense why he signed a 2-way deal. Or actually, no, he only signed a 1-way deal, right? Wow.
Yeah, 1 way, yeah.
Wow, that's surprising. I thought he would have signed a 2-way, but Dallas loading up on defense, I guess. Again, I don't think he'll do much other than, record maybe 10 points at most. But, good depth for a borderline playoff team. I guess you can't really complain about that.
Yes. All right, next.
Yeah. Let's see. As the Kraken goal horn makes an appearance.
For the first time in quite a while.
Yeah, for the first time in actually a while. I know we kind of made it a thing where, if breaking news happened, we would play the Kraken goal horn. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, this is a pretty huge one. Oliver Bjorkstrand, 57 points last year. He's getting dealt to the Kraken for a 2023 third and fourth. Wow. First off, I gotta say Seattle is definitely doing something right. I don't think their defense is great still, but their forward core, it was already solid. At least the top six was pretty good last year. You just add Bjorkstrand and Burakovsky to that. That's good. I think Seattle could have a very deadly top six. Maybe not deadly, but they're showing improvements, and that's what I like about this, all right? Bjorkstrand, you were able to acquire this guy without giving up a second. That's in its own right pretty impressive, and he's going to do wonders on likely the second line for next year, but he could definitely be a first-line right winger in a couple of seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. See, Seattle's making some noise in the offseason, but
they're doing things right over there.
Yeah. But there is one player who I think you miss a lot, which I'm going to play a clip who you might know who he is.
Oh, boy, play a clip of a player I miss.
And another prospect defenseman to the Bruins for a 2022 first and 2023 and 2024 second-round picks again, along with John Moore and Euro Makahainen. All right. Stings Makahainen's in the trade because obviously if you guys watch Powerskate, you know I'm a big fan of Euro Makahainen. Best of luck at Anaheim. To the man who I will not be wishing best of luck at Anaheim, thank you, John Moore. Bye. See you never. The next time I go to a Bruins Ducks game, I'll be making sure I'm booing you loud and clear at the TD Garden. Welcome to the Salty Bruins fan hour. Anyway,
You're not gonna thank John Moore for your service.
Oh boy. Bruins fans tend to do that sometimes. They kind of, they love to razzle their emotions whenever a player dislikes, leaves. Yeah. But Euro Vakanainen, though, I gotta say, he's well earned on this contract, man. Good for you. You're still, 23, 24? Ducks are a young team. And definitely the cornerstone of that Hampus Lindholm trade, not including the draft picks. So, yeah, good for Euro. I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
For John Moore,
on that,
you thing in free agency.
On that, you thank Urho for your service in Boston, but you have yet for John Moore because listen for John Moore, he played more than Urho Vakanainen.
Vakanainen, though, I mean, he was an absolute tank in Providence, which is why I liked him so much. It was kind of sad when they got rid of him. He was the best defenseman in Providence for a couple of seasons, and he at least showed promise when he was called up for brief appearances. And I remember even commentating a goal he scored against the Rangers last preseason. So the guy showed heart, and I mean, I just think it's awesome that he's getting re-signed here. It's a good move for the Ducks. Vakanainen last season still is yet to record a regular season goal, but yeah, 6 points in 29 games. He was showing a lot of offense in Providence, not so much in the NHL yet, but hey, you know what? If he continues to be an assist guy, if he's on that second or third line deep pairing, but, averages 15, 20 points, he's doing what you want him to do.
Mm-hmm. We got a nuke bomb trade.
Boy. It's obviously Euro Vakanainen. That was a nuke bomb.
Oh, don't look at that. Don't look at that. We got a trade.
Yeah, this is nuts. This was the jaw-dropping, what is happening, the world is falling apart trade. To put it lightly. So the Flames trade Jonathan Huberdeau, Mackenzie Weegar, and a solid prospect in Cold Schwind, and a 2025 first, straight up for Matthew Tkachuk. That's interesting because I definitely think that Florida overpaid a little bit. I think it's one thing if you wanted to include like Weegar, a first, and maybe another solid like depth forward, but definitely
like Cole Schwind.
Yeah, like Cole Schwind, or and maybe even another NHLer on the second or third line. Like, there's ways you could have gone about this. This was kind of the one thing I would have done if I was acquiring someone like Matthew Tkachuk. Is don't trade away Huberdeau or Barkov. And what do? You trade away Huberdeau. And the fact that Huberdeau seemed pretty, put it to better words, flabbergasted when he first heard the news. Yeah, what are you doing? You're not informing your assistant captain that you're trading him? Oh, what the whole deal's going on there in Florida. Definitely the management messed something up there with informing Huberdeau that the trade was occurring. And yeah, I just don't agree with the trade overall in general. Florida needed to build on their defense, and that was pretty much it. They had the offensive firepower to go far. It was defense and maybe goaltending, but Bobrovsky had a bounce-back season, and worst-case scenario, you have Spencer Knight. So really, you can't even really improve in the goalie situation unless you would go out and do a blockbuster trade for, I don't know, Frederick Anderson or whatever. But at the end of the day, Calgary wins the deal, and they knew Tkachuk didn't want to be there anymore. So they're saying, oh, goody, we had an older player, but a player on the same caliber as Tkachuk. We had a first, we had a solid top four defenseman, and a solid prospect who is potentially NHL ready. Yes, please. I would have made this deal. Absolutely. You get that stubborn player and you get that right trade offer, you do not take a chance. You accept that offer 10 times out of 10, 100 times out of 100. That's exactly what the Flames did here.
Yes, in honor of Bill Zito, who traded away Jonathan Huberdeau, who's basically your second or first all-time in points with Barkov. Your name tree will like to make an appearance.
Panthers decided to embrace Highlander rules. For in the end, there can be only one team to drastically shit the bed when they need it to perform. There can be only one series win. And it will be ugly as hell for the Panthers as they have a hard time putting away a team they should have crushed. There can be only one coach firing. He'll be on an NHL bench next season, just you watch. There can be only one massive comeback.
Yeah.
I lied. There were at least 5 or 6 of them at the end of the regular season. We even had a 3-0 comeback against
It was
the Pats
4-0, Grant.
There can be only one empty net goal that hits the post to bail them out. The Caps almost created the ultimate meme. There can be only one power play goal. All playoffs. 1 for 31. All of that talent. One goddamn goal of the man advantage. Apparently, the supply chain also affects this kind of shit. There can be only one trip to the strip club. It'll be after game 3 deep in the morning.
What was the last time urinating tree made an appearance? There could be only one team who lost this trade, and it was Florida. And no, Isaac, this isn't the worst trade of all time because Wayne Gretzky to the Kings still existed. But so funny, literally, Isaac called me at like 11:30 at night. He's like, "This is the worst trade ever," and I'm like, no, but this is definitely a move that if Florida sucks next year, we know why, and you really can't blame anyone but yourselves. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to.
Well, there could be only one team to get Matthew Tkachuk.
It was you, and you had to give up Huberdeau, Uyghur, and a first. Congratulations, you suck.
Oh, wait. Hold on, I wasn't ready. Hold on. I was not ready.
All right. Hey, Bruins horn. Nice. Whoa. Dun, 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 dun. Q Zombie Nation. Kidding. Don't. We'll get copyright. Anyway, 2-year deal for Saninka. I like it. He showed promise in Providence. Kind of the forward version of Akahainen if he gets traded. He's not the first player I would trade away, but if you kind of need to, I would. He's still pretty young, but yeah, it's a nice, it's a good idea. I like the way they're approaching it. 22-23 will be a 2-way. 23-24 will be a 1-way, and I think that's going to really play a factor on whether he's NHL ready and whether the Bruins trade him next offseason or not. But yeah, Stanika for 2 years, not even breaking the $2 million. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. All right, next. Sabres bring back Lawrence Pilat to a 1-year league minimum deal.
I ain't even kidding you. I don't even know what this player is. And you rarely hear me say that, don't you?
No, I can hear it with my very own ears.
6 points in 46 career games.
He was with a bad Buffalo team with Eichel, so.
Yeah, I can see that. -12. -12. Yikes. All right, I guess he'll be primarily playing in Rochester.
Next, Kings re-signed Jared Anderson-Dolan and Gabe Vigliardi to a 1-year deal.
Gabe Vigliardi is pretty good. I don't know much about Jared Anderson-Dolan, though. But I will say Vigliardi's okay. So, yeah, Kings are they kind of taking this offseason, I guess, safely. You know, we know they re-signed Kempe and whatnot. We know they lost Dustin Brown and Andreas Athanasiou and a couple of other pieces. But, you know, they're not doing anything drastic, and that's okay. They don't need to. They know that they made the playoffs last year, and as long as they just don't completely ruin their future, they're going to be fine. So, yeah, that was more overall take on what the Kings have been doing this offseason. But, yeah, they're being smart. They can still finish third or fourth in the Pacific if all things go right next year.
Yes. All right, next one, which I'm super happy that the Flames re-signed. I'm going to play Wrapped Around Your Finger by the Police because Matthew Phillips has re-signed. Woo! That's his goal song, by the way.
Yeah, I figured.
All right. So, yeah, Matthew Phillips.
Wait a minute. So you're hyped about a dude who's only played one game?
Here's why. Because when Johnny Gaudreau signed with Columbus and Jonathan, when Matthew Tkachuk was traded to Florida, Matthew Phillips will have room.
That's fair. And you want to know what? Until you stop, baby. Fourth line, you go up, and you do well. Kid's only 24 years old. I call him a kid yet. I'm literally younger than him. Oh, my God. Anyway, 6th-round pick. Shoot your shot, bro. That's all I got to say. You're 24 years old. You're a 6th-round pick. It's time for you to make a name of yourselves. Now I'm thinking about it. I do know he was pretty good in, I guess, then the Stockton Heat. So,
but we will get to it.
We'll get to the new affiliate name in a little bit. But, yeah, Phillips was pretty good in the minors, if memory serves me right. So I do hope he gets a shot in the NHL. I guess we'll get to see him in the preseason first, which is exciting.
Yeah. All right. Next.
Yeah, next. I don't know much about him either.
Caption contest with
John
the
Scott.
Nostalgia of the Week, John Scott.
Man, that 2016 All-Star game.
Games first.
Oh, boy. That 2016 NHL All-Star game was on literal drugs, bro. John Scott scored 2 goals. That's all that needs to be said.
Kane, hello. This is your captain speaking. We are currently flying over 30,000 feet. Scott, people with foot... All right, and Kane... Caleb says Scott after he stole Kane's favorite toy.
I would say for this one, it would be Scott when he realizes he's done way less work yet is somehow the favorite.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, that's what he was. Wasn't Scott actually drafted by the Blackhawks? Former teammates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And remember that they fought each other.
Bro, I remember when the Blackhawks had John Scott and Dustin Byfuglien as defensemen.
Oh, my God.
That was back in 2010 or like 2011. But they were a beast, bro. I mean, I like John Scott for a long time, you know. And then he went to Buffalo. He was a great enforcer on the Sabres, you know. Watching him, you know, getting in fights with like Milan Lucic and stuff. And then I, of course, have his All-Star Game jersey for money with Arizona. But the hysterical thing is, he wasn't on Arizona. He was in Montreal when the All-Star Game occurred.
And he was in the minors.
Traded him for nothing. Yeah, and he was with Levi Rocket.
Laval.
I always say Levi for whatever reason. But yeah, funny. Pretty funny.
And I got a good caption contest. When you glow your ex-girlfriend that you have a beautiful girlfriend than her.
That's fair.
Yeah, sure. Next.
Ginky. I'll do fine. I think Ginky is fine. He's pretty.
He and the ad kills us. But don't worry, Morgan Geeky earns the goal horn. Go ahead.
22 points last year. And I'm more excited to see his brother play in Arizona next year.
Yes. We got some reverse retro rumors.
This is interesting. I see one comment that thinks it's pretty cool and the other one thinks it's disgusting. I'm in the middle. I don't know. I like the creativity because this has been the Canucks alternate logo for forever, yet they never put it on a jersey. I would have preferred if there was more green, but it's dark blue. I think it's pretty good considering they gave it a shot and it's unique. So that's where I will give it like a 7 out of 10. Mm-hmm. It's not the best jersey the Canucks have. Their 2014 alternates from the Heritage Classic blow these out of the water, but I will say these jerseys are, good considering. Mm-hmm. They're being creative, so I respect them for that.
Yeah. Don't worry, we got 7 more to talk about with the reverse retro.
That's right. Yeah, we had the whole reverse retro thing that one day where just all the rumors were coming out.
Seattle Kraken signed Michael Kaepernin.
Are you playing the goal horn for this? It seems like you would.
I don't know.
Or are you going to be like me and not thank him for his services?
But first off, I'm going to thank Michael Kaepernin for his service, but unfortunately...
I will not thank him for your services.
Which I did
play him.
Which I did to the last episode because Michael Kaepernin, unfortunately, he was injury prone.
He was only 2 points last year.
He was injury prone for the last 3 years, so a good change of scenery would help.
Actually, 31. I thought he was way younger. Well,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be a solid D6, D7 on Seattle. Not a bad signing.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's next? Oh, the Ducks. Isaac Lundstrom.
He actually didn't have that bad of a season. Playing on the third line for most of the year, I think he averaged over 20 points. So, Congrats to him. He earned his payday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's one and there's one player who's a UFA, Sam Steele.
Sam Steele. I like him a lot. I say it all the time, but I really do like Sam Steele. Guy's 24, and he had 20 points last year. I don't know why people still, don't think he's that great.
We
not
said last
year. He's not going to make an all-star game, but he's going to get you 25, 30 points in the near future. He's not bad.
Like we said last year, he deserves a year with no slander.
He deserves. Can we just give his entire career no slander until he does something illegal? I think we should just do that.
Well, we will get to.
He will be 33 years old in the KHL, averaging 10 points in a season, and I will be like, no slander for Sam Steele just because he was once a hot Ducks prospect.
Mm-hmm. Red Wings signed Robert Hagg to a 1-year deal.
Criminally underrated.
Yeah.
I will say, I think Hagg should be getting more than $800K in a year. I know last year he wasn't great, but this guy was pretty solid when he was on the Flyers, and now he's just been kind of,
man.
He's just been kind of that 5th, 6th defenseman with the Sabres and Panthers last year. I think he's going to do at least better than what he did with Detroit. And why they signed Hagg was because Mark Physick is out 4 to 6 months due to a torn Achilles. I mean, that must suck because, that's in July. That's one of the first practices of the year. If they even have practice that early, they must. And then just for that scary incident to happen. But the good news is, again, you suffer that injury in June, you're likely coming back. Now,
New Jersey Devils.
Now, these are some fantastic reverse retro jerseys. Now, I will say, I think if the one on the right, the one with the blue devil, if that's an actual jersey, holy, that's an L. But the one on the left with the Kansas City Scouts, I think that is absolutely beautiful, and they should 110% wear those. But yeah, you don't associate blue with the Devils, so the one on the right confuses me. But the one on the left, do it. That would be sick.
And have the New Jersey logo down there.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I kind of would see the right because that has a quick similarity to the LA Kings did. Like you do like a smish mash like the Kings they used a gold and purple style and then did a Chevy logo. Like you get like what I mean. Like
Right.
and the Capitals they have the red, white, and blue, screaming eagle.
I mean, maybe I'm just saying it would look terrible because this is just like a design of a jersey and not the actual jersey. But I mean, I give him credit, but like, I would think I'm watching like a Blues game with that jersey. Like that's not screaming Devils. That's
Right,
screaming more like random '90s Blues jersey.
Yeah. All right, ready? We got a big one. And we're breaking Rest Bonanza!
Woo! Let's go. So, Dzingel said, I'm sick and tired of getting my butt whooped in San Jose. I'm going to just sign a 2-way contract with you. Just take me back to Carolina because I'm sick and tired of being on terrible teams. Well, guess what, Mr. Dzingel? You got your wish because I think you're going to be producing pretty well here. He only had 8 points last year, but 2 years he was on Carolina, he had 33 points in 75 games. Yeah, I think he can get his career back on track with the Hurricanes. 30 years old, he's still got a little bit of time before, he's KHL or AHL bound, so make the most of it.
Mm-hmm. Do you know who I think he can make the most of it, which he literally earned his name last year, Jonas Siegenthaler?
Yes, he can, and I will say the 5 years is kind of crazy, but the fact he's only making $17 million makes it a pretty good contract. I ain't going to lie to you. He had 14 points last season. He's a guy who's going to get quite a bit of assists, and he's still young at 25. I think this is a guy that we know can produce when he was given the opportunity last year. I just think Washington has a lot of pretty good defensemen down there in Hershey. Even when he did get called up to the NHL, I just don't really feel he did a whole lot. Now you're with the Devils, a lot less pressure, a team with a lot, worse defensemen. You're getting top 4 minutes instead of top 6 minutes, and voila. You get your career high in points, and you get yourself a little payday, which will last you until you're 30. And honestly, it should be a good deal. I don't see this guy really fizzling out. I think it'll just be a very consistent, 25 to 30 point scorer within the next year or two. So congrats on Siegenthaler.
Yes, and I got a special dance because I put someone. I'm going to play the gritty because I put the gritty one. Oh, yeah. Gritty on camera. But anyway, Henry Bolby re-signed with Florida. He's like a top 5 prospect with the Panthers. So
I don't know what's worse. The fact that you're gritty on camera, or the fact we have so many people trying to pay to post our post on other accounts. Instagram, please fix your comment section. What is this crap? 3? Not 1, but 3? Fix this garbage. And I don't really know much about Henry Bolby, but if you say he's a top Panthers prospect, I believe you. Hopefully you get called up to the show. And again, Instagram, what the hell are we doing here? You have a fantastic milestone post ruined by these comments. Fix your comments. Anyway, Dustin Brown getting his jersey retired. That's going to be awesome. And a statue. This number retiring makes sense. I think the statue's taking it a little too far. I mean, obviously that means Kopitar, Quick, and Doughty are all getting statues. Also, probably, at least if Brown's getting one, and considering Brown was the worst out of all the 4, at least, I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together. You know what would have been sick if you made the statue after either Doughty or Quick retires, or Kopitar rather, because Quick's probably retiring before Doughty, and then you put all 4 of them on one statue holding the cup. I'm just saying. But no, Banner is the jersey's being retired, 23, legendary number for the Kings. I 100% agree with it.
And also, I was about to put Staples Center because I'm still going to call it Staples Center. Not
I still call it Staples Center too.
Good. All right.
Crypto.com arena, whatever the heck it is. Terrible.
We got
uploaded on this account. Like, bro.
Yeah. All right. We got a player who we gave the Crickets a lot.
Oh, dear.
Jake Virtanen.
Well, guess what? We ain't gonna do that no more.
Yay!
Is this a good thing? I think so. At least he's got a shot to be on an NHL roster again, thankfully.
And he also said that he's open to sign to an NHL team.
Yeah, well, of course he'd say that because he knows he's going straight to the KHL no matter what happens anyway. But, hey, you know what? At least you're not guilty. Man, just shows you how crazy a year is. I mean, he went from a solid second liner on the Canucks to getting released and everyone thinking he's a criminal to being not guilty to still probably not finding an NHL roster spot and he's going to the KHL. The end of the day, the situation ruins everybody involved. And this is why you just got to be careful when you send stuff to court. And I mean, I'm just happy, you know, he's found not guilty and, you know, his life isn't ruined. And, you know, he's going to have to spend time in jail. So,
yeah. All right, next. And God forbid the bots aren't here.
Yay! No, Pugliarfi. Hey. I don't necessarily disagree with that either. I mean, Pugliarvi probably deserved a way higher payday than just $3 million, but yeah, considering he had 36 points last year, I would literally say, Edmonton, I know you're low on salary, but you got to pay me what I'm worth, or else I'm requesting a trade. Don't worry, that's coming next year. Anyway, Pugliarvi re-signing for this year, yeah, that's fine. He's probably going to get around 30 points again.
Yeah.
25 years old he will be coming into next offseason. I'm telling you, next offseason is the offseason. I'm demanding a lot of money from Edmonton if I'm Pugliarvi. And then I will literally tell him, you need to create salary cap or you need to trade me.
Yes. And I'm going to play an horn for a specific team.
Okay.
Hold on. It's coming. New York Islanders fishermen.
These are some nice jerseys. People hate these, but I love them. This is better than the New York with the Y as a hockey stick over the land. No, this is what you call an NHL uniform. It looks sick. It represents the city. Teal's also my favorite color, so I love the teal on the bottom of the jersey. Oh, it's so good. People hate this uniform, but I love the obscure uniforms. I'm not one to shy away. And yeah, the fisherman is one of the ones that not a lot of people like, but I do. So
also one cool thing which I would find it interesting. Would we see a gold fisherman jersey for their 50th anniversary?
That would be sick. I doubt it, but that would be sick. And also, I cannot believe I'm saying such blasphemy right here. EA Sports, get the fisherman jersey in your game, bro. I would literally I'm not saying I would be the Islanders every time, but every time I would play as the Islanders, I would purposely wear the fisherman uniforms. Get it in your game.
And what's the issue is that the EA only lets us have jerseys from like 2006.
I noticed that too. Yeah, there's like 2000 home, 2006 home, 2006 away. It's like, why that specific year?
Oh, and also, do you want to know who knows how to put jersey options? NHL 2K9. We get all the jerseys from the history back then. Even though I know dang well to put the fishermen as their alternates. I know dang well for a fact.
NHL 09 had the fisherman uniforms. And
No, 2K, not.
Well, makes sense because 2K makes better games. And I don't even play 2K or whatever. 2K WWE is the other one, but I don't even play those, and I know they're better than EA Sports. That's all right, boys. Madden's coming out next month. I can't wait to be disappointed again.
No, it's in about 2 weeks.
In about 2 weeks. Man, oh man, bro. I cannot wait for EA Sports to make more terrible games. And
we got our nostalgia of the week, and I forgot to put on the board Mr. John Madden. And listen, for the people in the comments here, you're thinking that the football John Madden.
Yeah, because there once upon a time was a very solid center named John Madden. And let me tell you one thing. This is pretty cool that he's getting hired here. I mean, he's just another nice player going to the coaching staff, being the new assistant coach of the Arizona Coyotes. This guy played from 1999 to 2012. He won the Selke in 2001, and yeah, he won 3 cups with the Devils. This guy was very consistent. And I was a huge fan of him when he, at least researching about him. I shouldn't say I was a huge fan of him because obviously he literally retired the second year I started watching hockey. But yeah, he was good. He was pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
And yeah, it definitely makes sense why he's a good coach. I mean, veteran player, it all makes sense. And as for the Kraken, I don't know really. I know a little bit about Twarskany. Didn't he used to play on the
Toroinsky.
Yeah, didn't he used to play on the Flyers?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know much about
Colin used to be with the Canucks.
Okay. I was about to say, after rereading that name a million times, I was like, oh, he played for the Canucks, and he did. I averaged 8 points this year, Lind. All right. And then, yeah, Flyers, that was their expansion draft pick from Philly. And I still don't know why they wouldn't go after a better player, or at least
like Robert Hagg,
ready player like Robert Hagg or Oscar Lindblom, or whatever other former Flyers. It was Martin Jones, other former Flyers that are on teams now. Well, actually, I just realized Martin Jones is on the Kraken now. Bobby Brink out with a hip surgery. That kind of sucked because he was another really good Flyers prospect.
Mm-hmm.
His first career game this year, had 4 assists in 10 games.
Mm-hmm. Now we got a player, a true nostalgia of the week, but unfortunate. We will not give the Crickets or anywhere else, but it just sucks to see.
Yeah, this sucks about Bobby Ryan. All right, I know he's been fighting demons and whatnot the past few years, and seeing him win the Masterton a couple years ago was so awesome to see. Man, he's gonna bounce back though. I really do. His hockey career, has obviously been over for a little bit right now, but I still think he's going to find, that happiness. Hopefully he does anyway. Only being 35, that's old for a hockey player, but that's young as a person. That's really young for a person. And, hopefully he finds that happiness.
Yeah, and every single hockey fan supports Bobby Ryan. Because we've seen what happened.
Ryan, get out.
Mr. Ron Donato. You missed
Another
him?
former Bruin that I have mixed feelings about. Oh, goody.
Ooh.
Nah. Donato's fine. 31 points in 74 games. I mean, that's pretty good. And considering he was kind of getting buried on the Sharks roster the previous year, I think that was a nice comeback season for Donato. And certainly worthy of the re-signing. I probably would have signed for like $2 million instead of 1.2, but maybe I'm just being a little greedy. That's pretty good. This guy also went to Harvard, by the way. So he must be smart.
Harvard.
He went to Harvard.
I think that's the worst Boston accent. And for those Bostonians, I apologize for
It's Harvard.
butchering your accent. And
Harvard. It's Ryan Donato from Harvard.
Duck sign Olivier to a 1-year deal.
Next. Becca Heinen's taking his spot. Don't care. Becca Heinen gets the roster spot.
Danton Heinen.
Oh, another Bruin I had. No, I'm kidding. I actually love Danton Heinen. He was one of those guys who left the Bruins, and I was just like, you know what? I'm cheering for this guy. 33 points in 76 games. Kind of surprised that he got paid this little. I think he's definitely worth more than $1 million. He's 27 years old, and he's just going to consistently score anywhere between 25 to 30 points for you. He's really good, and I don't know why he waited so long to get re-signed, and he definitely should be getting a little bit more, I feel. But, yeah, Heinen, pretty good player. He's going to do wonders on Pittsburgh's third line next year.
Yeah, Heinen has been solid for Boston, and
he was very good with the Bruins.
Yeah. And we're bringing Brass Bonanza! Ethan Bear.
I don't know. I mean, he was decent in Edmonton. I guess he had an okay year with the Hurricanes. I mean, 14 points in 58 games. That's not terrible. You could have done better, but he's still young. Yeah, I would re-sign him if I was Carolina. 2.2 mil. I mean, Danton Heinen's getting $1 million. I don't know why Ethan Bear's getting so much more for the same amount of length, but Hurricanes, just remember this money could have been used for Nino Niederreiter, and instead you wanted to not bring back Nino Niederreiter, which again, as I talked about at the top of the show, don't know why you let him walk. But Ethan Bear's a solid defenseman, so won't complain about the player himself. Kaapo Kakko re-signed. Yeah, but everyone's like, Kaapo Kakko is going to hit the market. No. Rangers really drafted this guy second overall a few years ago. Like, they're going to give up on him this quickly. They definitely aren't. And, yeah, this is definitely...
Because they're literally giving him a chance and making sure that Kaapo Kakko gets no slander. So.
Literally. I know last year wasn't great. He had 18 points in 43 games, but he's still 21 years old with 3 years of NHL experience under his belt. He's still pretty good. I mean... I know Jack Hughes is significantly better, and Kakko was drafted second overall, but again, relax. He's still got a good career ahead of him. And just hope that at the end of his career he lives up to that number 2 pick overall potential. But I think this 2-year deal is the smart way to go for the Rangers. They don't want to overpay him, but they're giving him you've done a good job, but we need to see more out of you contract. And that's essentially what a 2-year deal is. It's nice. It's nice for Kakko. Just gotta if he can break that 30-point mark at least once, it's a success.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, next. Patrick Marleau having his number retired. And this pretty much ruins the fun because one bot.
Nah, that's fine. Who cares about the bot? It's Patrick Marleau we're talking about here. And he's fantastic. Obviously, a great player. Played the most amount of games in NHL history. Hurricanes legend in every sense of the. I'm kidding. He's obviously a Sharks legend, hence why they're retiring his jersey. Really wish you won a cup in the end, but you want to know what?
Yeah.
Hey, he played a lot of playoff games, and cup or not, this is one of the situations where you know he's going in first ballot anyway.
Yeah.
So congrats on a fantastic career for Marlowe, and the second Western Pacific team to retire a jersey. So nice.
Mm-hmm. And Grant, we got the Crickets.
Oh boy.
I think, but we'll see.
It's only Crickets because it failed. Everyone thought that the Adidas jerseys were going to be so good, and they weren't.
Bring back CCM.
Yeah, I would. Adidas, not terrible jerseys, but they weren't that good. Other than the reverse retro, I'll give them credit. Reverse retro, that was a great idea. But other than that, jerseys have just been kind of boring.
Yeah, because like we've seen the same things.
Like, yeah, there's been some jersey changes.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Avalanche, the Hurricanes. You know,
Capitals.
A couple teams have the Capitals. Like, a couple teams have just cleaned up their jerseys just a smidge. But it's like, we're expecting more. Edmonton went from their blue uniforms to those orange uniforms. Adidas is responsible for the Kraken uniforms and the Golden Knight uniforms. You know, I give them credit. They went through 2 expansion teams, but I don't know. I think at the end of the day, it's jerseys, but I do think that they would be better off with CCM than Adidas.
Yeah, and I heard Nike might be in the mix.
Maybe Nike. I don't know though.
Yeah. Hold on. So I'll give you like a good example on like the CCM looks. So I'll give you like this can be a debate in later. So this is the OHL version of the CCM.
Those look nice. Especially the London.
I'll give you a close up.
And this is the Colts.
Very close. And London Knights.
London Knights. Those look nice. The
North Bay
Ottawa
Battalion.
76ers.
No, it's North Ottawa 67s.
Oh no. What did I say? 76, 67s. That's what I meant.
You're literally disrespecting my friend, dude.
No. Why did I say 76ers is the question. I must be thinking of Philadelphia or something because.
So and also AHL also does this, and so does the Canadian leagues.
Oh, nice.
So I think like we would see like this. So
like those are nice unis.
Yeah. So I think there would be a good chance that that CCM would make an appearance. So they're called the CCM Quick Light, which is the other version of CCMs. Here, NHL Nike jersey concepts. So basically for Nike, no, that's old. That's way old. Trying to think of like a Yager. Why do they show Yager? Basically it would be like quite similar to like the Olympics one. Trying to find it. Oh, but is that Korpikoski? Nah.
No, that can't be Korpikoski. He's too short and he doesn't have the hair.
But we will get to like a certain teammate of Korpikoski. So we'll get to that in a second. So
hold on, that Vancouver uniform, that's what they should have done instead of the one that got leaked. That green one.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Now let's move on. Let's end it strong. Senators re-signed Matthew Joseph.
Pretty good re-signing. I mean, Ottawa needs to improve this year. I think a lot of people can disagree with me, but I think Ottawa's finishing fifth ahead of Detroit. People think Detroit's going to make the leap. No. It's Ottawa who's making the leap. But anyway, Matthew Joseph, he's going to do good. 4 years is definitely a worthy contract. I don't really see why he wouldn't earn it. He's been a valuable player in this league for a while, especially for, a second, third line team like Ottawa, who's still young, but, they need someone who has a little bit of experience in the playoffs. And I think that's what Matthew Joseph delivers. So I think it's a good signing overall.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Owen Tippet resigns with the Flyers. I would say like a good beginning with the Flyers.
Yeah. Solid beginning. We'll see how he does. He had 21 points last year. Former Panthers, prospect. He was actually part of the Giroux trade. So I would say that's a good signing. But even a better signing is right here, John Klingberg. This is a guy who he was the best free agent on the market for a while. He had 47 points last season. And I felt like right out of the gate he was asking for a lot of money because I don't know why he was getting signed like 4 weeks into free agency. Something tells me it was asking for a lot. Teams weren't willing to pay. He finally said, all right, I'll take a 1-year contract. And the Ducks said, welcome aboard. He's 29 years old, which I think is the crazy thing. There's a lot of players in this league who you think have been in the league for a while who are still wicked young. Klingberg's only been in the league since the 14-15 season, and he's already going to be, he'll be 30 in a couple of weeks. So that goes to show you how kind of quick some players' career go compared to others, I guess. But I think Klingberg deserved every bit of that $7 million, and hopefully he re-signs with Anaheim next season long term.
Yeah. All right, next. Let's check in something now, but anyway. Florida Panthers reverse retro rumor.
Those would be cool. Those would be cool. I did like those jerseys. I know you got a bunch of them here, so I'll just give my quick opinions on all of these.
Yeah. All right. I already said my opinions. Next, Calgary Flames pedestal.
These look nice. I would love if they came back. I definitely want those to be the Flames New Jerseys moving forward. Lightning?
Storm or Steven Stamkos rookie jersey?
Steven Stamkos rookie jersey. With the Vincent LeCavalier, Martin St. Louis, and Dwayne Rollison, maybe. Dwayne Rollison, all right. Yeah, I don't really care for those jerseys much, though. I much prefer the jerseys on the right. Oh, man, but first Dwayne Rollison mentioned a season 6. Fun days.
Rollison.
I was going to say, what did Rollison do to you? But then I remember 2011.
Silver medal. Oh, yeah, that's right. The oil drop.
I would love the oil drop if these jerseys came back. When I first saw these jerseys, I instantly fell in love with them. I don't think I like them as much as I used to, but they're still very good. And all I got to say is that a young Sean Horkoff?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, my God. That's a young Sean Horkoff right there.
True nostalgia.
Jeez Louise. Is that Hemsky maybe to his left? I can't tell.
No, that's I
That
don't
can't
know.
be Hemsky.
And that might be Ryan Smith.
No, that looks like Ryan Smith. Oh my God.
1940 for the New York Rangers.
That'd be sick if they actually did a replica from like way back when. I doubt they will, but if they were to, that would be awesome. I just bring back their 2012 Winter Classics if I was the Rangers. And for the Senators, I would bring back their 2014 Heritage Classic uniforms, which is weird how I mentioned that already.
Yeah.
I mentioned both 2014 Canucks and Senators jerseys. That's weird. In one episode, but hey, while it's on my mind, that's what I would do. Those jerseys don't look terrible either.
30th anniversary, basically like 2 years ago.
They can get more original. They could definitely get more original than that. Not bad jerseys. They're pretty good, but
Nick Merkley to the KHL. Next.
Bye. Never to see again.
Calgary Wranglers.
Yeah, the Wranglers. This is going to be cool. Yeah. I like the fact that not only did they rename the AHL team, but they're actually located in Canada now. And people in California can officially focus on the San Jose Barracudas.
Yes.
It
was in Stockton.
Not Barracudas, but whatever they're called. The Sharks AHL team. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, good name. I expected that from the beginning. Now we're going to get some Calgary news. Oliver Kylington.
I mean, he's a pretty decent defenseman. Rookie out of the 2015 class. Yeah, he had 31 points last year. Pretty much his breakout year because he spent a lot of time in the AHL and literally didn't have double-digit points until last season where he had his best season by a landslide with 31 points. It was a well-earned contract. 2 years, I think, is the right amount here. As he's still 25, he still has a chance to prove himself before a long-term deal.
Yeah. All right. Next. Mangiapane, good re-signing without a doubt. Had a hell of a year last year. Had like a 30-goal season, avoiding arbitration. Good move.
Yeah, 35 goals, 55 points. One of the better two-way forwards in the league. And again, talk about making the best out of a sixth-round pick. Again, having his best season by a landslide, his career high in points. He had 32 in back-to-back years before reaching the 55-point plateau. And this guy, he's only going to get better, I think, with age. And not only with that, but he's going to stay in that first line. And if he has Huberdeau on the same line, that would be pretty sick.
Yeah. All right, next. Devils re-signed Jesper Bratt.
Woo! They avoided arbitration. Let's go. Yeah, Devils. I don't know why they didn't pay Bratt more. This is definitely just give him a contract just to give him a contract. Bratt deserves more. I want Bratt to go into free agency next offseason and again, either demand to get paid or leave. That's what I would do if I'm Bratt. Devils are on the right track, and they instantly fall backwards if they lose Bratt. So,
yeah, good signing
there.
And one guy avoided arbitration, Kylo Yamamoto.
Yeah, Yamamoto's fine. Yeah. He's a decent second liner, I guess. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think he primarily plays on the third line.
But we got true nostalgia.
41 points last year. He's averaging a point every other game, and that's what you want out of Yamamoto.
Mm-hmm. So, Grant, we got our true nostalgia of the weekend. Before I say about Kylo Yamamoto, great re-signing. He had a breakout year. He had like his first career 20-goal season. So
That he did.
Give him more room to improve. But Mr. Rob Klinkhammer makes a finally appearance.
He does, man. Another one of my. I mean, there's 3 former Coyote players that I really like. Obviously, the Corpedo. And then you had a certain guy by the name of Cal Chipchira.
Oh.
And now for Mr. Rob Klinkhammer, one of the most, pardon my language, badass names in sports history. His name is literally Klinkhammer. And I remembered, I think it was out of the 2014-2015 Upper Deck series, I actually pulled his hockey card. And I was like, this name is cool. And then I remember watching a Bruins-Coyotes game the other week, like a week after I pulled that hockey card, and I was like, dude, this is that guy. That's Rob Klinkhammer. And man, you know what? He had say what you want about his NHL career. He didn't really do a lot other than his time in Arizona. But a huge congrats on him for becoming the assistant coach for the Chicago, or rather for the Rockford Ice Hogs, being a member of that Blackhawks organization. But yeah, man, shout out to Klinkhammer officially retiring and becoming a coach. One of my all-time favorite sports names.
Yes.
That Klinkhammer is just so cool.
Sharks freestyle Mario Ferraro. Mario Ferraro. It kind of reminds you said tongue twister. Mario Ferraro.
He had 14 points last year. He was pretty solid. I mean, his career high points was 17 back in 2021. I think if he stays healthy, he's going to definitely break the 20 points. So makes sense. And also another Massachusetts kid. Well, born in Ontario, but went to college in Massachusetts.
Miles Wood, 1 year, $3.2 million.
Yeah, avoiding arbitration. If he got as much or more than Bratt, I would have literally flipped off this computer and walked away because I was so enraged in the Devils front office for lowballing Jesper Bratt. But okay, no, they did the right thing, and they got both of their forwards back, somehow avoiding arbitration. I really thought they were going to get arbitration with Wood. I'm glad they didn't, though, because Wood's another pretty solid player on that third line. So, good deal for both sides.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the new drop. So, we talked about Kachuk's
wait. Hold on.
Signing.
Mic drop.
That, I didn't necessarily agree with the whole Kachuk trade in general, as I mentioned. I don't even really think – I think the Kachuk contract part is fine because obviously you're going to lock him up for 9 years. Huberdeau gets 8, and I think that's kind of a lot. But
he typically he gets a 9-year deal.
Yeah, usually you get the 9-year deal, but especially now that he's 29, getting an 8-year deal is kind of crazy. But I shouldn't be shocked. There's players in the 30s that get 4-year contracts. Evgeny Malkin and Chris Letang. Anyway,
which they got the Crickets. So.
They did. That was bad. Those were bad deals. This I don't think is necessarily a bad deal. I'm just kind of surprised they gave him 8 years. I would have gave him 6, but Huberdeau did have 115 points last season. So yeah, he's kind of worth every penny right now. It's no surprise. He had by far his best season. He had 85 assists, which is, that's his career high by over 20.
Mm-hmm.
And then 30 goals, tied his career high back in, 30 goals was tied for his, tied for his career high. Wow, 2018-19.
Mm-hmm.
So, the career year Huberdeau needed, and now he's going straight on the first line right out of the gate with a very young Flames team. He's going to do great. I 100% agree with that.
Mm-hmm. But we got one player who unexpectedly retired, but should be in the Hall of Fame for a reason. Well, Powerskateshow Hall of Fame rather, Kevin Boyle.
Kevin Boyle, yeah, professional hockey Hall of Famer right here, guys. Yeah, no, but Power Skate nostalgia, sure. He won only one game in his career, but it was a shutout over Vancouver back in 2018-19. And then, I don't know, I mean, he served as a backup for the Red Wings for a few games, never played. He primarily played with the Grand Rapids Griffins, one of my least favorite names to pronounce because I think that's a
Grand
Rapids
Rapids.
and a half. Grand Rapids Griffins. It's terrible. Anyway, he also played in Austria last year before retiring professionally. Not bad. At least you can say his one win was a shutout. Just like how David Ayers can say his one win was against the Maple Leafs.
Oh yeah, the Heritage Classic, or am I thinking? I don't know, but anyway. All right, Yakov Trenin, 2-year deal.
Avoiding arbitration.
Good re-signing.
It's a good re-signing. You avoid arbitration and you didn't lowball him. Round of applause. Contract work done.
All right, Jets re-signed Mason Appleton to a 3-year, and Oilers re-signed Tyler Benson to a 1-year deal.
Well, I don't really think the Benson contract is going to be much for Edmonton, but that Appleton contract can be huge for Winnipeg, considering he's making his return.
His full return.
His full return after having 17 points with the Kraken last year. He's making his full return.
It's a miracle.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty good on the third line primarily for the Jets when he was healthy back in 2020. So I'm sure Jesse's queuing up the let's go. I'm pretty
Let's go.
Too. Yeah, literally.
I did not have
Jesse's getting hyped as he should. Appleton's a pretty solid player.
Hold on.
Oh, you're gonna pull up the let's go.
You know, if you want to talk about like Tyler Benson really fast, but
I'm going to say, let us go. Are you for real? I don't have to take my headphones off? I said, let us go. No, you keep on, buddy. I want to drive this right through your skull. Me and my teamers and my other teamers.
Okay.
Let's go! Calls for desperate measures, people. Let's go, baby!
All right.
Jesse moment.
No, not Tyler Benson.
Don't care. He's getting what is he getting a 2-way deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
But he had
a
good year.
Yeah, he had 2 points. All right. Maybe
he was supposed to be very good.
Keyword was and supposed to be very good, and he is not either of those things.
Now, one more news. Golden Knights re-signed Keegan Kolsar, and the bots are back at it again, gentlemen.
That's going to be the new thing moving forward. Why Instagram fix your comment section?
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10? That's a wrestling count out. Give me a break. Instagram. Fix your garbage. It's Powerskate. Could you imagine the bigger name accounts?
Puck Empire, Puck Report that you can go nuts with.
Yeah, come on. What are you doing?
All right. That's going to wrap up for Season 6, Episode 3 of the Powerskate Show. Probably might do one next week for a makeup. We'll wait and see, or maybe do 2 episodes a week to make up the week that I'm gonna be out. So we'll make up for the weekly podcast until September. Will Grant is that's where we're gonna.
This is my last episode. Don't get teary-eyed, guys. This ain't my. I should be up for another 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I should be up for another, hopefully 2 episodes before I move in to my dorm. And they won't speak to you again until, Thanksgiving. Or, I don't know. Hopefully beforehand. I'll try to make, guest appearances and stuff, but.
Yeah.
I don't know. The college work and the broadcasting, especially, number one priority. So,
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna wrap. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up for season 6 episode. Bryce Harper of the Powerskateshow. I gotta make a joke. Oh, and also before we head off, some little bit of good off-topic news, just for the fun, Even though we always talk about hockey, we're just here to have some fun. Let's talk about the minor league baseball Field of Dreams jerseys that I am going, and then we'll wrap it up. How's that?
Yeah, how about that? We'll throw in a little minor league baseball news.
Yes. Trying to find it. Let me go on Instagram.
And again, shout out to the those Worcester Woo Sox pitching their first ever no-hitter Thursday. Michael Wacha made his rehab start. It went, I think, 6 or 7 innings.
Oh, really?
It's good because I saw their 3-1 loss the previous day. So,
okay, Cedar Rapids Cardinals, WRL.
W. I think both of these jerseys are probably going to end up being W's. That one looks pretty cool.
Yes. Next is the Quad City. Oh, there we go. Quad City River Bandits. Now that's a jersey.
That looks nice. Oh, and the Ferris wheel in the background. Very nice looking unis.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for the Field of Dreams game. So I will post it on my YouTube probably soon, but don't worry, I got one tomorrow. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up for today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the off-topic fun. If you guys enjoyed, please like button. I greatly appreciate it. Also, that's gonna make us do more podcasts in the near future. Do you guys want to follow our personal social media accounts? Links will be in the description below. Do you guys want to follow Powerskateshow official for news, updates when we go live, and all that good stuff? Links will be in the description below. For on our own social medias, YouTube, Instagram. You guys know the drill. Grant, would you like to add anything before we head off?
It's not over yet, folks. That's all I gotta say. It's not over. Flutster's reign and Power Skate. It's not over yet. We're coming to the end, but it's not over. So please support myself, support Power Skate. Alex is gonna be all by his lonesome. No, I'm sure I'll find somebody to come on.
Yeah.
You'll find people to come on. I'm not worried about that. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and can't wait to see you guys whenever that will be. And I will be on my channel. I know I haven't been posting on Flutsters much. I know, but preseason football is here. So guess what?
I'm doing football commentary too.
We're getting some final NFL commentaries at least, right? And maybe I'll probably do the MLB Field of Dreams game also.
Yes, me too.
You want to check out the broadcasts and all that stuff. So make sure you go subscribe to Fletcher Sports Zone and stay subscribed to the Power Skate Show here on YouTube. You know the drill.
Yes. And tell all your friends that we will be back better than later. Have a good night, guys, and we will see you soon.